What's up, guys? We are back with another video. Now today we're going to be watching top 5 mysterious live broadcast interruptions. Okay, I'm ready to go ahead. Are you? And
Yes.
Stop being so weird.
What? I'm ready.
You just came out like
Yes.
Number 15. Steve Wilkos hack. Ever wonder when and where the zombie apocalypse will begin? Well, according to one broadcast interruption in February 2013, it already has. In Great Falls, Montana, of all places, the breaking news interrupted an airing of The Steve Wilkos Show on KRTV. It was preceded by the emergency alert system attention signal, after which the convincing announcement that a zombie apocalypse was approaching threw every viewer for a loop.
Civil authorities in your area have reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves and attacking the living. Follow the messages on screen that will be updated as information becomes available. Do not attempt to approach or apprehend these bodies as they are considered extremely dangerous.
You might think that people understood this as a joke. After all, who believes zombies are a real thing? It turns out plenty of Montanians do. Locals flooded the emergency services line with calls. The broadcast appeared so authentic and official that people truly thought the Walking Dead would soon be banging on the door, hungry for their brains. KRTV soon debunked the hoax, claiming that someone had hijacked their transmitting equipment. The FBI and the FCC believe the culprit isn't a homegrown prankster, but is hacking from abroad. Number 14. Skin-crawling old photo. If you were watching WJLA's ABC broadcast in July 2007, you might remember a terrifying image flashing inexplicably on screen. An old grainy photograph of what looked to be a mysterious elderly couple. This is what appeared momentarily when WJLA's signal jammed. The photo remains for a few seconds before vanishing from viewers' TV sets. Who were the people in the picture? What was it from, and why did it suddenly interrupt the broadcast? WJLA officials claim they had a programming snafu, and that the photo was a still from an Oprah Winfrey Show ad, or maybe that's just what they want us to believe. According to Sierra Hernandez of The Taco, no YouTube videos or video accounts document this strange broadcast interruption. Was there something more sinister behind?
Hold up. Well, I'm gonna let this load for a second because my Wi-Fi is being retarded, but
Behind it.
okay,
Number 13,
No,
Captain Midnight on HBO. HBO has brought viewers some of the best program vision.
Alright, so it's loaded a bit, and okay, we're back.
Captain Midnight on HBO. HBO has brought viewers some of the best programs on television, but in April 1986, Captain Midnight wasn't part of HBO's regularly scheduled programming. The Falcon and the Snowman was airing, and while the spy drama film, based on a true story of two Americans who sold security secrets to the USSR, unfolded, the satellite feed from HBO's Long Island Operations Center was hacked. The film was interrupted by a few bars of color and a message from Captain Midnight. The message: "Good evening, HBO. From Captain Midnight, $12.95 per month? No way. Showtime Movie Channel beware." The colored bars stayed on screen in the East Coast between 4 and 5 minutes. The message seemed to imply that the hijacking would be done to Showtime and the Movie Channel as well, causing the FCC to try and sniff out the suspect. Just as the Falcon and the Snowman were eventually caught by the FBI, so was so-called Captain Midnight, aka John R. McDougal, and he was caught in the dumbest of circumstances. He was overheard boasting about hijacking the broadcast while in a phone booth at a rest area in Florida, near his hometown. McDougal worked a second job as a master control operator at the Florida Satellite Teleport, which is why he was able to hijack the broadcast. His first job was selling satellite dishes, a job that was no longer as lucrative, largely due to HBO's service rates. According to McDougal, which is the whole reason he sent this colorful message, the FCC confirmed this, and he was charged with transmitting without a radio license, which he pled guilty to. His sentence: 1 year probation and a $5,000 fine. Pretty paltry, considering he interrupted everyone's viewing pleasure for 5 whole minutes. Number 12. The Intergalactic Association transmission. On November 26, 1997, the Southern television broadcast in the United Kingdom was interrupted for 6 minutes by an alien from outer space. Yes, you heard that correctly. Earthlings beware. We now have aliens hijacking our TV programming. The so-called representative of an intergalactic association went by the name of Asteron and interrupted ITN's Andrew Gardner of the early evening news to deliver a cryptic warning. This voice was disguised and further distorted by a low buzzing noise. Once Asteron was finished communicating this all-important message,
prisoners of war, allowing you to stay from negotiations, being arrested. In Australia,
The destiny of your race and your world so that you may manufacture your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you.
the transmission cut right back into a Looney Tunes episode. It was discovered that the Independent Broadcasting Authority's transmitter had been hijacked by the culprits, who had overridden the UHF audio signal to break into Southern television. Southern apologized to its viewers for the breakthrough in sound, as the culprits only broke the sound barrier, not the image. They were able to do this because the UHF television transmitter wasn't fed immediately by a landline, leaving it vulnerable to signal intrusion. Although the IBA said that doing so would entail a considerable amount of technical know-how, the culprits obviously had the amount of know-how needed, and they were never caught. The Intergalactic Association left most people scratching their heads and left others believing in aliens. Number 11. The interrupting content. Handy Manny. The Disney Playhouse animated show was interrupted by some pretty not child-friendly content back in 2007. The show follows Manny Garcia, a Hispanic handyman who has a great time fixing things with his tools that just so happen to see and talk. But one day, they stopped seeing and talking when a New Jersey broadcast of the Handy Manny program was suddenly interrupted by a man who was wearing a lot less clothing. This video only broke into the feed of Comcast subscribers in Lincroft, New Jersey. Comcast said they would figure out what went wrong and claimed it wouldn't happen again, but they failed as there was a repeat offense, this time in Tucson, Arizona, during the Super Bowl. Again, Comcast's programming of the Super Bowl paused, broke up, and cut to Club Jenna. The 30-second clip showed a woman undoing a man's pants, who then stands up, revealing his full frontal manhood for all of the Tucson Super Bowl audience to see. The broadcast returned to the game, leaving many viewers quite confused. KVOA and the Cox Cable Company claimed that the coverage was normal prior to reaching Comcast. Make no mistake, it wasn't an accident. The clip came from a pay-per-view program, so it wasn't a matter of crossed wires. It was purposefully placed there. Was the Tucson incident caused by the same New Jersey prankster? Is there a team of people across the states who get their kicks through sneak attacks? Or is this all some strange conspiracy? We may never know. Number 10. Losing my religion. Most of us sinners don't want to be preached to while committing our sins. But that's just what happened during a film called Three Daughters, being broadcast on the Playboy channel. You can imagine just how the film was unfolding the night of September 6, 1987, when it was rudely interrupted by God. Thus saith the Lord thy God, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Repent for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The Bible verses, taken from Matthew 4:17 and Exodus 28, appeared in white text on a black background across the screen. While most on this list have gotten away with their satellite piracy, Virginia Beach resident Thomas Haney, an engineer at the Christian Broadcasting Network, was convicted 3 years later. Technical clues found in the hijacking pointed to CBN, although CBN spokespeople denied it, saying the equipment at CBN wasn't powerful enough to hijack Playboy's signal. Prosecutors found otherwise, and the jury agreed. Haney's sentence, 3 years probation, 150 hours community service, and a $1,000 fine. Geez, that's nothing. Almost makes you want to try it yourself. Number 9. Zombie outbreak emergency radio broadcast. Yet another zombie apocalypse. This time in Indiana. On March 1st of this year, 2017, the zombies came lurching into Randolph County, and an emergency announcement was made on radio station WZZY 983. Similar to the awakening in Great Falls, Montana, the live broadcast was interrupted with the emergency alert system tone and a realistic warning about a zombie emergency. The station quickly corrected the hoax but likely not before many residents got out their shovels and spades to defeat the incoming brain-hungry zombie folk. Police later determined that WZZY's station had been hacked. The Randolph County, Indiana Sheriff's Department released an announcement on social media stating, "Local alerts from WZZY 983 FM regarding a zombie attack and disease outbreak from bodies is a result of the radio station alerting system being hacked. There is no local emergency. We have contacted the radio station and notified the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. Whether the hackers will eventually be found and charged has yet to be seen." Number 8. UFO interrupts live space station feed. UFO hunters are always on the lookout for alien spacecrafts, and they believe NASA is trying to hide sightings from them. NASA has been accused of purposefully cutting the International Space Station live feed whenever an extraterrestrial object appears. In fact, twice in January 2015, mysterious UFOs were spotted near the space station by UFO enthusiasts before the live feed purportedly cut out for 10 to 15 seconds. In one image, a gray UFO appeared to be making its way through outer space before the feed was quickly switched to another camera by NASA. Some claim the grayish speck was debris, others thought it might be the moon, but Toby Lunt, noted UFO watcher, has a different theory. NASA always cuts the feed when a UFO gets close to the station, he told Disclose.tv. According to Lunt, the still he caught of the feed quite clearly shows a UFO. Lunt also claims that NASA destroyed the records of this particular sighting in order to cover up any documentation of communication between UFOs and astronauts that apparently happens all the time. Many conspiracy theorists claim to have seen a mysterious object near the space station while astronauts Alexander Gerst and Reed Wiserman were spacewalking. Again, NASA claimed the mysterious object was likely a lens flare or speck of dust, but that didn't put a damper on the conspiracy party. Imperial College London Departments of Physics professor Andrew Boga must disagree with the skeptics, however. Generally speaking, UFO sightings are either explained by some artifact effect, even some space junk, or left unexplained as there is not enough evidence. He told Mail Online, if NASA has access to higher quality images, they may investigate further. It seems NASA has better things to do than to go around debunking every UFO hoax that comes across their desk. They haven't responded to these allegations of cutaways, but even if they did have something to say on the subject, it's unlikely this would dampen the spirit of conspiracy. The author of the UFO Investigations Manual, Nigel Watson, noted, "The problem is that the more NASA denies such things or explains them, the more people think there is a conspiracy to hide the truth that aliens are visiting our planet." Number 7. Yosemite Sam. Strange number station surfaced.
That's it for this video, guys.
Oh,
hope you guys
enjoyed.
enjoyed this video. And if you did, smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, I didn't really like this video though. Like, I didn't really like the one that we just watched. It was kind of boring.
Let's do the outro.
Well, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.